Yo, what's up guys, Shujinkydink here, and welcome to a video all about Soul Calibur. Just want to do a little rundown for those that haven't ever played the game, and maybe you're thinking about going into Soul Calibur 6, so you can kind of see what it's all about. So if you've ever played Tekken, it's a lot like Tekken. You probably don't even need to watch this video because it's so similar, but 3D fighter, except it's mostly weapons based, kind of makes things a little bit more interesting. This is an interesting stage because it kind of moves in on you and makes the stage smaller, especially as different rounds go on. Stages are really important in this game for a couple of reasons. First is, like, let's take like that move there, for example. If you do it against an opponent that's against the wall, you can get a combo from it, whereas mid-screen you couldn't, right? See this kind of moving in on us. Now, combos in this game work a little bit differently than like NRS games or something like that. It's kind of based off of stuns, so you do one move that stuns, and you do another move that stuns, and then you just kind of keep going until you run out of moves that stun, basically. So in Soul Calibur, a basic B&B would look kind of like this. And then that's a reset, and you get to do it again. So, kind of see what I mean. So in Soul Calibur 5, they kind of introduced like a super meter thing. You can see it up in the top by the life bars there, the flashing red fire dealies. So you use a quarter of each bar, or sorry, half of each bar to do what's called like a brave edge. It's kind of like an enhanced move. Natsu has a few of them here. It's a move like that. She also has a stance where she can kind of run. But every time that she moves, obviously that uses one bar of her meter. So she could use her whole bar and go like that. That's useless. I would not do that. As well as if you do quarter circle forward twice, and then the ABK buttons, then you'll do a special move which is called a critical edge. So I'll get into the controls a little bit here, because again, it's a lot different than NRS games. So you have, like I mentioned, the ABK buttons. So you have one which is the horizontal attack, one which is a vertical attack, and then you have your kicks, which can kind of go either way. And then you can do different things by pressing the buttons together. One's a throw. And then you can also have it like assigned to your controller, so you can have, like, for example, I believe this is A and B. I just press the right bumper, and she does a little jumpy dealy. Now, combos for this game look a lot different. You're not familiar with the 8-way run system. You can see kind of like how it goes. So that would be, if you're reading that like in like a forum or something, it would be 234 234 ABK. Great Curse of Arabaki. Now, the reason they do this is because it goes kind of in the same direction as a numerical pad on your keyboard. If you have one of those, hopefully you do. You can kind of look and see how it kind of works. So like this would be AB and then 1A is how you would read that. So it takes a little bit to kind of get used to reading the combos. They're a little bit different, but I know a lot of fighting games use them, so you might be familiar with them from, you know, some other sort. I think Dragon Ball uses them. I'm not 100% sure, but you also have a parry called a guard impact. In Soul Calibur 5, when they introduced the meter, this costed half a bar meter to use. Before that, I believe you could just kind of spam it as much as you want. It does have some recovery on it, but it's fairly quick startup, so it's found it quite useful for taking advantage of gaps and stuff like that. And then, of course, you have our good old friend ring outs, which have infuriated many a player before. You calculated this, that's funny. And that's an instant round win. So you could have like 5% health left and then manage to, you know, get someone close to the edge and somehow toss them off, and you're good to go. And the last kind of basic thing is they have just frame moves, which have different properties. So that's like a 6-frame kind of Punisher kind of deal. Now you'll know that you hit it right because they have like a little white glow to them. See, I'm missing it there. Missed it there. Missed it there. Yeah, I'm godlike. There we go. And you might have noticed in a combo earlier that I did, there's a just frame in there. Let's see if you can spot it. Did you catch it? So it's good that kind of, you know, rewards execution and really knowing your character. There's one character in this game in particular who is one of the best characters in the game, but all of his moves are pretty much just for him, so you have to have extremely tight execution to be able to use him at the highest level. One other thing I'll mention is that grabs are kind of different depending on where you actually grab your opponent from. If you grab them in the front, you're going to get a different throw than if you grab them in the back. And you also have different moves depending on what your character is doing. So if you're crouching and you're coming out of a crouching state and I press the kick button, she does that rising kick. But if I'm just standing there, she'll do this. So that's another thing that kind of have to be aware of. That's how this combo works, is because when I come down from this, she's in a crouching state and then I do the upwards kick. Otherwise she'd just stand there and do this. So it's a very deep game. There's lots of different stances and stuff that you can do different moves from, and it takes quite a while to master a character. That's why I only really used one, because I was playing Mortal Kombat 9 alongside with this game. That's basically it, guys. That's Soul Calibur in a nutshell. Just wanted to kind of make a little video covering it. If you played the game and you see anything that I've missed that you think would be good for beginners to kind of learn, just pop it in the comments and let's talk about it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, because it really helps me out, and subscribe, because we make new videos every single day. #Bonehawks and all that stuff, and we'll see all you guys in the next video.